Finally, the Final Fantasy 15 reviews are out. Let's look at multiple reviews, see what they think, and if you should get it or not. Let's look at the IGN review first. We already see an 8.2, great. Final Fantasy 15 takes some risks that don't always pay off, but the strong quartet of heroes gives it a ton of heart. In the verdict, it says that it's awesome, the Final Fantasy feel is there, huge, the Final Fantasy monsters is huge open world, but when it funnels me into the linear scenario draft and constricted spaces that plunge the simplistic combat into chaos, my blood boils a bit. There is so much good here, so much heart, especially in the relationship between Noctis and his sworn brothers. It just comes with some changes and compromises that were at times difficult for the long-term Final Fantasy fan to become the grasp with. So, some huge risk. Let's look at another review, shall we? So we go to another 8 review. So another great review. This is Gamespot. The good, impressive open world that equals beautiful and haunting, fast and fluid combat system. So here in the IGN review, he says simplistic combat. They kind of like it here at Gamespot. Okay, let's look at the other things that the game does well. Captive monsters, so the monsters are really good at rewarding end game challenges. So that's cool, of course. If you finish the game, it says that Peter Ground has completed the story in 35 hours. That's huge. 30 hours later, he continued to travel the continent in search of legendary weapons and beastie worthy of his sword. So there are some challenges that you can do when the game is finished. That's always nice. So the story, unsurprising plot, not very interesting. Shallow characters. Astrals are needlessly difficult to summon, so something with the combat system there. Let's head over to a way more positive review here over on Polygon. They give the game a 9. Final Fantasy's big heart and ambition easily outshine its flaws. So let's read the wrap up here. Final Fantasy 15's opening text describes it as a Final Fantasy for fans and newcomers alike. The game contains pieces sure to disappoint players in both camps, but it also provides a refreshingly human take on the classy RPG journey that I hope will inspire future games in the franchise. Final Fantasy 15 can be baffled in some questionable choices, but across the board it hits more than it misses. It hums with an energy and compassion that I loved. A sense of camaraderie, friendship and adventure that fills an old and struggling formula with new relevance. So they also like the camaraderie between the characters in this game. They say that some flaws, I heard that, for example, some mini games are not really that good. The combat could be better. And of course we heard that in other reviews as well. So this is like a little bit the wrap up from all the reviews we heard so far, and that is that the open world is amazing, the characters are awesome, the story is not that good, the plot could be better, and also that the combat is not really fleshed out. Let's look at the Metacritic score as of this time of the recording, so like 15 minutes after the reviews went up. 86 right now, so that's of course super good. Polygon has a 90, we already went over that. More 90s from Gameblog. Game Informer gave it an 85, of course also a huge magazine with a website. IGN, like I said, and GameSpot as well, 82 and 80. So right now no one is below the 80, although my colleague from IGN Benelux gave it a 7.7, that is worth noting. He really likes the game as well, but he thought that there were a lot of misses as well. So that kind of, for his, as a Final Fantasy fan, it was not worth the wait. It was not worth the 10 years. But of course, just look at the people you trust. Look at who you think has a good opinion on this game. There will be way more reviews out there. This was just a small grab of some big popular sites and reviews that are out like right now after the embargo lifted, of course. So this is interesting. What do you think? Are you going to pick up Final Fantasy 15? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe for way more reactions on the latest gaming news. Like the video if you did, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye. If I'm gonna pick up Final Fantasy 15, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I really want to play it. I want to get back into Final Fantasy, so let's do it.